way, but you're never gonna be me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the one and only Geek Gauntlet podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan, and we got a lot going on tonight. Got a full crew with me tonight. We got my man Shaw. We got the comic god here with us. We also got Diamond back in the building. Good to have her back. Going to talk about a lot of things tonight. So let's go ahead and get the party started. Let me go ahead and bring in Diamond real quick. How you doing, Diamond?
Doing good. How are y'all?
Doing pretty good. Cannot complain. Next up, let me bring in the comic guy known as Tyler. Tyler, what's up, man?
Hey, I'm here for another great night, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Appreciate both of you being here, and of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the person who's been doing this with me for a very long time, Roommate Shaw. And Shaw, what's up?
So, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing today?
Doing good. All right, we got a lot to get into tonight. Real quick, I just want to say, and I'm gonna start this off with a little bit of a rant. I did post it in our group messenger earlier. All you Pokemon fans, stop tripping. Stop it. If you go back and look at your history, this is a good thing that you have competition. It's good because it's going to force you to be better at what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You've been coming out with these 60 SPS because Scarlet Violet still has technical issues, even with the DLC. You still got technical issues with it. So stop tripping. It's good that you have competition. Paul World is awesome. It is awesome. My son bought the game. I've been watching him play. I'm gonna buy it this week on payday. That thing is awesome. It's just awesome. Now, the only thing that I'm really upset, early reaction to it, you don't get the guns till later on. But other than that, the game looks great. It didn't come out on the Switch, which has graphical limitations. It did come out Steam and Epic Games. So again, Pokemon fans, stop tripping. Your game ain't going nowhere. You just got a little bit of competition right now. That's all. I mean, Pikachu with guns. I mean,
I did start playing it for a little bit on the Game Pass today.
Who's not gonna play that? And I forgot. I think it's included on Game Pass. I think.
Well, I don't know if it's the full game or not because it still says a preview.
It does. Okay.
So I don't know. I started playing it. I'm right now thinking that it's like Pokemon with guns, with like Zelda and like Minecraft all together.
Yeah, it's more like it's the game. It really depicts is more Pokemon Arceus than anything else. Because it's more of that type of a game, but it's still great. We gotta see who Ambrose is because Ambrose. What's up, Ambrose?
You had me a Pikachu and guns.
Ambrose loves Psyducks. We gotta see who they got to take Psyducks.
Yo, Psyduck better get like an AK, a Rambo style bandana. Like, because with that headache, he's just like gonna be like John McClane in Die Hard. He's gonna be popping aspirin and just lighting people up.
Well, like I say, Pokemon fans, just stop tripping. You got big Pokemon streamers streaming this game. You got Blaine's is streaming this game. Watt 007 is streaming this game. So y'all need to stop tripping, Pokemon fans. Your game's not going nowhere. You're more enough in that fan base to keep your game positive for years.
Yeah, I'm like a casual Pokemon fan, but I found that Pokemon is really drifting into like Star Wars territory, where if like something comes out, 50% of the people are going to be very, very upset, and it's just going to be very divisive. I just felt like that's been coming for years. Like whenever Pokemon comes out, it started off as like everyone loves it, and then now it's like a new Pokemon thing comes out, and someone gets outraged about something, and it's just not the same as it was a minute ago.
Right.
Going back to what you were saying, Will, about like, games are still there and it's good for them. I don't have everything in front of me right now, but I would kind of question if like those few times in the history of since Pokemon's existed, since Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all the other ones have gotten those like spikes. I wonder if around that frame did Pokemon release like just an epically big game that everyone loved because they were trying to compete with Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, or any of those other stuff going on around the time. So I don't know, just makes me curious if maybe that innovation,
Yeah. Well, stop tripping, guys. There's a whole article that came out today how Pokemon fans are upset, mad that Paul Ward did a Pokemon dirty.
Tell him to go back to play Pokemon Go.
Go back to play Pokemon Go, yeah.
I mean, is this a console Pokemon game?
PC.
For PC?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. For years, people have wanted a non-handheld Pokemon game, and Nintendo for years has been like, you don't need it. We don't want to make it because half of you are probably not going to like it. And then they make it, and Nintendo's probably just sitting there like, why did no one listen to us? It's like, it's not like we knew this. It's not like we didn't know this was coming.
Well, from what I understood, and I could be wrong about this, Dom, and I'll lean on you for this. I heard a rumor that this game was taken to Nintendo first before it was developed before it was developed independently and released. So if Nintendo bailed on it, they deserve what they get. If Game Freak bailed on it, they deserve what they get. They need to stop tripping, man. And I hate to see fans divided over two different games. Because yes, they're really, really similar, but they're also different.
Mm-hmm.
They're also different. And like I said, I'm just mad because you don't get the guns till later. But you can still build your base up first and learn the mechanics and catch the piles and things like that. But just stop tripping, man. Stop. Let both games live. Scarlet Violet's seen this run. We got the last Pokemon in the Pokedex and Petra run. So unless you come out with some more raids, you have nothing else to play.
But I mean, and also piggybacking off of that, in what generation has there not been? It's like movies. In what generation has there not been one video game similar to another?
True.
You can have it in every single genre. Metroid has had, Mario has had, similar games. Metroid, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat. Final Fight and I forgot what the other game was.
Dragon.
Slip of my mind, but it's the nature of the business.
Yeah,
Call of Duty and Battlefield.
I mean, look at
stop tripping, man. I mean, you want your game to be wholesome on one end, and that's good for the family-friendly people. But for grown folks who want a little bit more action, yeah.
Well, and to be fair, I don't loosely when I'll put the word wholesome here is from what I've been explained, there's no blood, there's no gore.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah, I haven't seen any from the. I just got on a little bit ago today just to give it a try, and when you are beating up the Pokemon, the pals, there's no blood, there's no gore, there's no chunks, there's no nothing. It just you hit them, you keep hitting them, and then that's it. Like there's nothing else.
Yep.
Nothing super gory or anything.
So I don't know why they tripping. I really don't. So
it's popular to be the complaint.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Shaw. I'm off my high horse right now. Let's go ahead and get started with the show. What's the first thing on the docket?
All right, first thing, the remainder of Echo, episode 3, 4, and 5. You guys see it?
Yep.
It was the funniest 90 minutes of television I've watched.
I'm in the middle of 4. I'm in the middle of episode 4.
I liked it. I'm excited to see how it ends. I'm excited to see. It definitely is going to lead into some of the theories of what essentially Daredevil and Spider-Man will be in the next 2 or 3 years.
I did a write-up on it. I watched the whole series. If you guys haven't watched episode 5 yet, I'm not gonna spoil it. It is. I never thought I would say that there was a worse show in the MCU library than She-Hulk.
Wow. Okay.
But no. This one definitely takes the crown.
Did you not see Secret Invasion?
I mean, I mean, Secret Invasion at least had like a cohesive plot.
No, it didn't.
And maintained some of the integrity of the characters. They completely nerfed this character, drove her to the ground, propped her up with a bunch of crap, and just it is just all around the show is unredeemable. I can completely see why Kevin Feige of all people said that this show is unwatchable, and I completely agree with him.
I hugely disagree with you.
Respectfully, yeah, Sean, I would disagree.
Hugely disagree with you.
Yeah. How you doing, Spencer? How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It gives me some hardcore classic Netflix Daredevil vibes with that like grittiness, as well as
what gritty? Where was the grittiness? They marketed this grittiness. Where was the grittiness? And how am I supposed to like this person? How do you root for someone that goes to their hometown and says, "Hi, I'm home. Oh, and I'm about to get all you killed"?
That's not even the plot, but
that is totally the plot. That is the plot. She says it in the first episode. I want to be the queen. That is the 100% the plot.
All I know,
she gets on her little telescope from her little water tower thing and points at Fisk Industries and looks at her uncle, brother, cousin, and says, I want to be the queen. How is that not black and white? How can you say that's not the plot?
I'm 50% on it.
It's not made for
enjoyed the fighting, of course. Enjoyed the fighting. I enjoyed seeing the actor that played King Ben. I enjoyed seeing him come back for the role.
And what was with the Daredevil cameo? That was the most useless cameo I've ever seen in my life. He literally watched her murder 2 people, fought her for 30 seconds, and then was like, "Up, I'm out."
What? But from what I've seen so far, I'm with Tyler. From what I've seen so far, I enjoy the action of it. The storyline is a little bit more spaced out to me than what it should be, but
the pacing, yeah.
But it was. But to me, like I said, I hadn't seen episode 5 yet. But to me, it's looking good. If you can get past the action being a little slow.
They took pretty much the female version of Taskmaster, who the producer for whatever reason called those powers lame. They took the female version of Taskmaster, nerfed her powers, got rid of them completely, even though those powers were alluded to in Hawkeye, just completely nerfed them and gave her the power and gave her like little swirly hands.
Yeah, Spencer.
I don't get it. It was.
They're trying to slightly tweak her powers a little bit by
make her a new character. Make a new character.
I don't think so. Not every project.
Take a good. This is the problem with comics today, and this is the problem with Marvel. It's not your job to rewrite characters. It's your job to take the character. What?
Let him speak. I want to hear what.
I'm sorry. Yes. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect you.
You good? Go ahead, Tyler.
I was just saying, not every project is made for. I am not arguing that this show is like peak of anything MCU, so don't worry about that. Like that's not where I'm at with this. I did enjoy it. I felt like the comedy. You had a couple good actors that landed some really good comedic lines. I mean, the character who played Biscuit, every scene he's in, he's just hilarious. In my opinion,
Jar Jar Binks.
But it's one of those things where Echo is a character that I think even in the comic book world is not well known. There's not 100 people out there that are like, oh, dude, Echo's the reason why I got in the comics. I'm sure there's some, but like Echo's probably, I've been reading comic books since I was 10 years old, and Echo, honestly, I've only heard of in the comics maybe a few years ago, and that was like a one-time thing. And so this character is someone brand new that they can kind of do stuff with. I honestly, I'll be honest with you, with the few times I saw her in the comics, I never understood why the name was Echo. And at least this show gave me, whether it's true or not, it gave me an understanding why she takes on the name Echo, because she's kind of echoing the previous people who've held on to this power source or whatever. And so I thought that was kind of cool. I'm excited to see more. The choreography was very entertaining. And then granted, I'm not Native American, so I don't know if this is insultive or not. So I just, if someone is Native American and like this show, that's great. I think that's awesome. I hope that I'm not being offensive by saying I enjoy the show. So I hope it did well for the Native American community.
Her name was Echo because she had the powers of Taskmaster and she could echo physical movement and physical activity. Mm-hmm. That's why her name was Echo. This is the problem, though, when you recreate with Marvel Studios. Whether she's a well-known character or not, it's not Sidney Freeland's job to recreate a character. It's not Kevin Feige's job to recreate a character. And for all this talk of diversity and inclusion, in the comic, they said they wanted to make a Choctaw to be more authentic. No disrespect to the Choctaw tribe. I don't have a dog in this fight. Why weren't the Cheyenne authentic enough? Is anyone ever going to ask that question? Why was the Cheyenne tribe not authentic enough to be included in their Native American show? Why did they have to change tribes? Yeah, I mean, they couldn't even research how a car crash worked. When you get in a car crash, large shards of glass don't hit your leg with the force to go through your shin bone. Like, the whole show put together is just.
But I think the issue, I wasn't really expecting a perfect adaptation. I wasn't really expecting that, because you got to remember, this is a 40-minute TV show. This is not something that is going to be perfect, and I didn't go into it thinking it would be perfect. You don't
need to make it perfect, but the source material is there for you to respect. It's not there for you to say, I don't like it, I'm going to completely change it, and I'm going to nerf it.
But at the same point,
are you new to the MCU? Because they do that with most characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. And that's why the MCU since Phase 3 has been hot garbage.
Comic books have multiple versions of characters all through the years.
Mm-hmm. Multiple versions of characters within multiple timelines.
The Peter Parker that we're getting in the MCU right now is stealing stuff from the Miles Morales universe. Like,
somebody's a lot closer to the original version too.
And let's not forget about some of Echo's other history too that you may end up seeing. She was the Phoenix for a little bit.
Well, I think right now, currently, someone said she has the Phoenix Force still. So in her, supposedly in the comics. So I don't know. I need to go look that up to shoot, but that's what I was reading about. So I'd love to see if that comes into play, because that'd be cool.
Yeah, Spencer, good point. Also to keep in mind, sometimes the source material isn't the best. Good point, Spencer. Yeah. Good point.
That's true.
Yeah. When you have history
I'm just saying, and not to take away your opinion and invalidate your opinion. Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm not looking. When you look at these shows, I'm not looking for a perfect adaptation, because you got to remember, you only got 40 minutes an episode, 50 at the most. So
40 minutes an episode. I mean, but you can still keep the character true to form. There is nothing about this character that is the character. They didn't even get the death of her dad right. No, they didn't do anything right in this character's storyline. They were just like, we're going to make a movie. And the MCU, ever since Phase 3, when they got rid of Ike Perlmutter and Feige got put in charge, it's been self-insert after self-insert after self-insert, and it's just been on a decline, and it's just garbage.
So can I ask a question?
I mean, you just did.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
if you're this upset with this character, I have a character that is also currently in the MCU, has been in several films, and in my opinion has drastically changed this character to make them very likable when they are actually an extremely unlikable character. Hank Pym.
Yeah, I hate what they did with him.
Okay, I was just curious.
I hate how they skipped the whole Hank Pym storyline. I hate how they went straight to Scott Lang. I can't stand. I mean, they took one of the most, again, they nerfed him. They took one of the most complex and well-written characters in the Marvel library, and they made him an old man that was kind of like the technological version of Stick from Daredevil. I mean, yeah. So
I was curious because the reason they changed that character is there's definitely some very controversial reasons why they changed that character.
Yeah. No, he's very. There are plot lines that are very problematic, but it doesn't mean it doesn't mean that it didn't happen in the storyline. And you can also like you can get the nature of the character, and you can tone that down if you put it in. You can kind of temper it. And with something like that, with his problematic natures, the psychotic breaks and obviously the domestic abuse, you can still include it, but you can allude to it. You don't have to show it on screen. You don't have to get graphic with it. There were ways to do it. There were ways to do it, and it takes something that Marvel hasn't had in its studio for about 10 years. It takes good writing.
See, the biggest reason that they changed it the way they did was because of variation, because the character is very similar to Iron Man. And there's a lot of characters in the comics that are similar to each other because of the time they came out. Like how the character of the Flash and the Green Lantern were basically the same, just with different skins way back in the day.
That's not true at all.
Green
Lantern was the protector of the universe, and the Flash was.
I mean, Silver Age.
You're talking about their personality, not their powers.
I mean, yeah, but the whole point with Hank Pym and Tony Stark was they were similar, and that's why they started the Avengers.
Exactly.
I mean,
but to be fair, the Avengers that we get isn't even.
It was never kind of like it was never kind of a thing where it was bad that they were similar. There was Pym Industries and there was Stark Industries.
For the movies, they wanted variation. They didn't want to just retell the same kind of story. That's why they got big change.
A large portion of the MCU is a mix of both the main plot universe and the Ultimate Universe.
I mean, the elephant in the room with the MCU, and I'll defend you on this, is that they couldn't tell the story they wanted to tell because until 2019 they were missing half their catalog. So they really couldn't integrate a lot of what they wanted, and then you had like Endgame and everything else. You couldn't involve the X-Men, you couldn't involve the Fantastic Four, you couldn't have gotten as deep into it as they probably wanted to go. So there were things they had to do to pivot because they didn't have the right to certain characters that were integral to the plot if you were to stay faithful to those storylines. So, I mean, I will agree with you on that. There were certain things that had to change, but I don't think fans would have minded a on-screen Tony Stark and Hank Pym team up. I don't think they would have minded Tony Stark and Hank Pym starting the Avengers like it started in. And I think it might have taken on a new dynamic. But we'll never know. I mean, it's they took the direction they took, and we're never really going to know. So,
yeah, no, there's a lot of different projects going on. I mean, honestly, the MCU is kind of a stroke of luck in a lot of ways because, I mean, to be fair, they kicked off with Iron Man in 2008, right?
Yeah.
Around that time frame, I don't know if people remember, but Iron Man was actually not very popular. A lot of comic
character at the time.
Yeah, well, it came out shortly after the events of the Civil War comics, and Iron Man was very hated in the comics. So when people said, "Oh, we're going to kick off with Iron Man," there was a huge amount of online people, comic book fans, were like, "Why would you do this? Why wouldn't you start with Captain America? Why wouldn't you start with these other characters? Why would you not start with Wolverine? Stuff like that." And so MCU has had a stroke of luck of Guardians of the Galaxy, a comic book that no one even knew about, forgot it existed, and then now look at it. It's a well-known household name. Star-Lord is something everybody knows.
I mean, a lot of the problem is too, and I will say you have to market, with the exception of Deadpool, because there's no way to market that to children. But you have to market these movies, and you have to make sure they're PG-13, because if they're not PG-13, your box office gets cut in half. Like, that's why they're never. I don't even want them to try to make another Hulk movie, because to make an actual Hulk movie that captures that character, that movie has to be rated R.
Depends on what storyline.
The history of the I mean, if you get into it and why Bruce Banner is the way he is, and you actually get into an origin story with his dad killing his mom,
yes.
and all of that, if you do a true Hulk movie, you cannot nerf that,
Right.
and that's a problem.
I don't think they're trying to do an origin. I think
I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying I just want them to leave Hulk alone, because you can't do a true. You can't. There are some characters where you can't do a true. You can't do a movie true to the character. They're just they did an all right job with Moon Knight, because that's a dark character. And I did like the show, but they left out a lot because they had to leave out a lot, because again, that would be, the show is already almost TVMA. And it would be like super TVMA if they actually got into Mark Spector's actual brutality in the comic.
Yeah.
Well, Moon Knight's also an interesting one, because he's also one of the handful of characters that's had his origin rewritten, 50 times in the last couple decades?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go ahead and pivot over to Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths, Part 1, baby. Who all saw it?
I saw it.
Anybody else see it?
I haven't seen it, but I saw like clip.
Is it on Max? Where can I find this?
It's on. I gave a website for you guys to go to.
Oh, I must have missed that link. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it's on DVD, I believe. It's not on.
I'll take a look for it.
I'm surprised Warner's not.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Warner didn't put that on Max.
Was it good, Shaw?
It will. It just takes time.
Did you like it, Shaw?
Yeah, really good.
I loved it.
And it's a part 1, you said, right?
Yeah, part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know how many parts it's supposed to be, or no?
I heard 3 and I've heard 4, so I'm not sure which one's going to be.
If they're doing Crisis on Infinite Earths, it's got to be at least 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Not Infinite? No, I'm just kidding. But no, sorry.
No. You started first. I'm sorry. I'm a little groggy. So if I'm cutting you off, I apologize. You go first.
No worries. I was just gonna ask, was there any like highlights of it that you think were like really cool standouts of this one?
All right. So let's see. So the first half of the movie are 2 movies that they should have made before
3
this.
parts. It's gonna be 3 parts, guys.
Yeah, 3 parts. Justice League coming together in this universe.
Yes, sir.
And The Flash on Earth 3 with this crime syndicate. Like, those should have been movies before Crisis.
Awesome.
But they used that to kind of have The Flash as the perspective character, so that was cool. There's a lot of really cool moments. We see an older version of a few times. We have an interesting version of Pariah. Quick spoiler kind of for who he is, because they're doing something different with him.
Like spoilers? What? Hold on.
For a whole bunch of movies prior, when they did Flashpoint, Flash went back in time, changed everything, created the New 52 universe that they had there, and then with Apocalypse War, it was Constantine who said, "Hey, you should go back in time and fix all this." Right after that movie, there's a Constantine movie where he's kind of in hell, kind of. And basically, it's because he kind of, he helped with the restart thing. So he's going to be Pariah. We see an old version of him, like twice in Crisis, saying he's Pariah. And we see some magic, then that's who Pariah is. We see the Helena Wayne version of Huntress, which is really cool. I like that. We had the question.
Huntress.
Yeah. We had the question.
Don't be sleeping on Huntress. Don't be sleeping on Huntress.
Yeah.
I'm not a Huntress fan.
Yeah.
Don't be sleeping on Huntress. Don't be doing my girl like that. Don't be doing my girl like that. No. We're not going to disrespect Huntress. No.
Yeah.
If that's league already disrespected her enough by kicking her out.
I mean, the burning question is it better than Gotham Knights?
Hell yeah, anything
That's
better
a
than that.
low bar. You trip over
Hell
that
yeah, anything
bar.
better than that trash.
Hey man, that filmmaking was revolutionary. Those fight scenes defied physics. I've never seen anyone punch someone and then make them end up behind them.
Now,
clearly, I've never watched an episode of Power Rangers because I mean that's how their forte.
Now, Spencer said he had a problem with the movie. Are you ever seen Gotham Knight? Spencer, don't do
punish yourself.
Don't punish yourself like that, man. Don't punish your soul like that.
I wouldn't wish that on my enemies.
Heck no.
If you've seen Batman and Robin, the 1997 movie, Gotham Knights makes Batman and Robin look like Citizen Kane.
But the one part I thought it is funny. But the one part of that movie that I thought was funny as hell was Ultraman. You idiot. I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna punch the hell out this wall. Fool, that's antimatter. You can't punch antimatter.
But can you though?
You idiot. He just like goes to punch it and it just like engulfs him. Like, bruh.
I mean,
and then Superwoman figured out, hey, I'm throwing these cars. We ain't doing no good. Oh well.
What is so frustrating to me about these DC series and these cartoons and their television shows is that even like like Spencer saying he didn't like it, but he had a lot of problems, but he's not outright saying it sucked. If DC put as much care and thoughtfulness into and remove the CW from this statement because that doesn't count. But if they put as much care and thoughtfulness into the films that they did into the cartoons and like what they did with Doom Patrol and what they did with Titans until I don't know, Titans got weird towards the end, but you know where I'm going with it. The films would be unstoppable. And it got very inconsistent when they made the transition because DC as a television media is just very rare. Again, unless it's on the CW. I think the CW is where they send the stuff that didn't work. They just do such a phenomenal job every time. And they just can't get it into the film studio. They just can't translate that success. And it's so frustrating as a DC fan to see this every single time a series or a cartoon comes out. And you're like, why couldn't they just do this with the Justice League on the big screen? Like, why couldn't this happen? Why couldn't they make it so? So, I mean, that's just...
Well,
as a DC fan, it's just frustrating. I love the content, but it's also frustrating to see that they just can't make the jump.
Well, I'll hand it to you that there's DC. DC has done a lot of things that DC's done a lot of things that are like way more intelligent than Marvel has ever figured out how to do. But yet, as soon as they do it, they shoot themselves in the foot and forget that they did it.
The execution is just flawed beyond belief.
DC's when they have their app, when they created their app where there's gonna have all their comic books and all their shows and exclusives and movies, that was brilliant. Like Marvel Unlimited is great, but that's all you get is comics. You don't get all the movies, you don't get all the shows. And the fact that DC's like, oh, we want you to read our comic books and watch our movies and shows, and we're gonna have exclusives. Because remember, when they were bringing back Young Justice, it was gonna be a DC exclusive. When they did Swamp Thing, that was a DC exclusive. Mm-hmm. Harley Quinn was a DC exclusive. And guess what? I actually did sign up for DC because of these exclusives. Mm-hmm. And it was beautiful. And DC lasted, not even a full year before they canned it. Yep. And it's like, so let's slide everything in the max and get rid of it. And I was like, why?
And a lot of good products came from that, like Doom Patrol, which is, in my opinion, I know I'm weeks late to this game, but the series finale to Doom Patrol is one of the best series finales I've ever watched.
I haven't watched
in the history of television. It is one of the best series finales ever made. But and that's kind of like why I'm like optimistic about James Gunn, because he has that success with Peacemaker, and hopefully he can be that bridge and take what works with that and put it into the reboot and kind of give us these true to form DC movies that the fans have been waiting for since Christopher Reeve died.
Well, I think they need to take some of the stuff, like you said, from the love and care that the cartoons or animated series and movies are getting. They need to take some of that love and put it into it. I may not be a huge fan of everything CW or any of the other type shows have been. However, whether I like it or not, the Arrowverse is a huge thing that ignited a lot of the DC properties.
It was successful, but in my opinion, the Arrowverse, everything necessary is in the first. Actually, the entire run of Arrow was good, and the first 4 episodes of the first 4 seasons of The Flash were good. And I think the rest of it, I'm not going to say the rest of it don't watch it. The rest of it you can kind of just take and leave. But Arrow and the first 4 seasons of The Flash, I'd say were probably that's pretty much all you really need.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on. Shaw, I'm gonna do one of these for you. Bad news, She-Hulk fans. It doesn't look like the Marvel show will be back for a second season.
That's really bad news. That's really bad news, man. Nerdrotic was going to buy another wing on his house for that if there was a season 2.
Thomas said, darn.
Hey, I need some more Wong and Madeline action, okay?
I mean,
we need more Madeline.
Hey, man, if you're going to joke, you got to get it right. It's Madison with a Y.
Sorry.
I don't need to see nothing. Off of Madison and Wong, and I'll be happy.
I don't need to see no more twerking. I don't need to see no more twerking. I don't need to see no more Make the Stallion. I don't need to see none of this stuff.
And you know,
go.
And this is what I go back to. That is a great origin story. Bruce Banner's on the run. She's a lawyer going up against the mob. She gets shot. Bruce Banner gives her the blood transfusion. And they totally just ignored that. And that was another show full of self-inserts. Like, hey, we have like 40 years of great comic material from She-Hulk to draw from. What do you guys want to do? Is a twerking sequence with Megan Thee Stallion on the table? Do it.
I would not put it behind in the last 40 years that there hasn't been a comic where She-Hulk hasn't twerked in the comic. I bet you I could find that.
I mean,
you probably could.
Probably maybe not that exact person that's working with, but I bet you I could find a comic where she's twerking because that's her character.
You probably could.
You probably could, but it wasn't it was like for comedic relief. It was like they took the stuff in the comic that was for comedic relief and the breaking of the fourth wall, and they put that at the forefront and took an actual like really, really good and actually really feminist progressive character and made the character the second banana to the shenanigans that the writers wanted to put into the show. So
I did want to go ahead and move on to our next topic. Charlotte, what's next?
Okay, let me look. Yeah, all right. We have a update for the Deadpool movie. Picture number 1.
Yep, I heard about that.
Yeah, so we're gonna teaser at the Super Bowl on February 11th. Everybody ready for that?
I mean, when I see teaser trailer, I feel like Kevin Malone from The Office. It's like mini cupcakes. You mean a miniature version of something that's already a miniature version of a cake? Where does it end with you people? Just release the trailer, man. It's Super Sunday. Like, it's Super Sunday. You got hundreds of millions of people watching. You have the trailer put together. Just release the trailer. I don't need a trailer for a trailer.
True that. I agree. Go ahead, Shaw.
Okay, give me a sec. Let me just this real quick. All right. Okay. All right. Next, let's talk about episode 7 and 8 of What If. Did anybody see the those 2 episodes?
I did.
I didn't yet. I'm
I
sorry.
haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it.
I'm
All
sorry.
right, so 7, Hella Finding the 10 Rings. What did y'all think of that episode?
I thought it was interesting because it shows a different side of hell.
Mm-hmm.
It showed her being good. It showed her being a force for good. So, I thought that was kind of unique, kind of different.
And shows Odin for being an asshole again. And shows Odin for being an asshole again.
Oh yeah.
Worst
For
Father
real.
of the Year award always goes to Odin.
Oh yeah. As a dad, he sucks.
Yep. All
He's
right.
a terrible father.
I don't know. Poseidon for Percy Jackson is kind of
Nah, he ain't got nothing on Odin.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, he does help. Percy, he has helped Percy so far.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
yeah.
Odin-
Okay, I'll give it that.
He ain't got nothing on Odin. Odin just sent his only daughter
Yeah.
away. Just poof, be gone. And depowered her to live for herself on her own with no
I want
powers.
to rewrite the history of our place, so I'm just gonna throw.
Just gonna
you
like
away.
move you out the way. I love
You
you,
know-
but you got to go.
For such a peaceful nation, Norwegian gods were ruthless.
Mhm.
The Norse gods were brutal.
I mean, yeah, Vikings and all that.
Yep,
All right,
yep, yep, yep.
after we got episode 8. What if the Avengers assembled in 1602? What y'all think of that?
That was funny.
That was
Because you
pretty
got to see Happy's Hulk go against Hulk.
The concept to me is funny.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
So I haven't seen the episode yet, but from my understanding, just from what I heard, is none of the creators of the comic book that wrote that were ever contacted about it. I was
Damn.
like, that's kind of sad.
It's kind of nuts. That's kind of
And-
nuts.
I mean, but here's where I'll get off my high horse on source material because I mean, what if is what if, and
Sure, but
I mean, it's kind of like barroom talk, like who would win in a fight. I mean, it's kind of like it's what if. I don't think you really need to. I don't think you need to really contact the creators of What If. There's no real canon, and there's
But it would be nice if you can use it if you can use some of that brain power as a reference point.
Yeah, like you said, like being able to take stuff that's already written. I mean, What If's great, and it's fun to see some of these new creations. But there's also some really cool What If comic books over the last 60 years.
I mean, my favorite, and I don't think it'll ever make it to screen, is What If Venom became Deadpool. And that's one of my favorites, but I don't think that'll ever make it into an episode.
I just found a comic book in my stash that was and it was from like the 80s, I think. What if Captain America became the president of the United States?
Another good one is that I have is what if Doctor Strange became Dormammu? So yeah, there's a lot of really good episodes to draw from in the catalog itself. So I will agree there.
Spencer says he's so glad that She-Hulk got canceled. I agree. Maybe Janae and Kat might not agree with me though. But
where is Janae?
She's out tonight.
Oh,
Hopefully she'll be back next week. He also said 1602 was great.
I remember reading the comic. It was really good. Yeah, that was written by what's his face too, wasn't it? God, I feel bad. I see the face, but I can't say the name.
1602 was. Spencer said 1602 was great. I thought it was kind of funny to see that even at that time period, you had a Steve Rogers. You like every freaking where.
If any superhero could pull off being a pilgrim, it would be Steve Rogers.
That's what's funny is with that the classic Steve Rogers. That's an old storyline too. That's a really old. I think is it Steven Rogers? I think though, isn't it? I think his name is Steven Rogers. But yeah, he was supposed to be during the Revolutionary War and all that stuff.
All right, so what's up next?
All right, James Gunn has confirmed Anya Clatro will be playing Cersei in the Creature Commandos and in the rest of DCU. Picture number 3.
Oh. It was Neil Gaiman, by the way, for the 1602. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
I knew. I was like, it's somebody big, and I can't remember the
It
name.
was Neil Gaiman.
Yep.
You say, yeah. I've never really been a fan of his writing, but no, not saying he's a bad writer. I'm just not really a fan of it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
cool.
we all found this
That's
one.
you know, I'll say Gunn has been, as far as accuracy towards looks goes, he's been dead on with the casting so far.
Well, that is animated, so.
Yeah, should also be live action.
No, this is going to be live action. That's the comic book, and that's the
this
actress.
This is animation, but she'll also do actual live action after.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Why she look more like Wonder Woman?
She's a Wonder Woman villain.
Yeah, that's
I
just one of
realized
her
that,
looks.
but I thought she was gonna be something different. I mean, she's got a lasso of truth. She has her bracelet. She has her wand. I mean, is she a combination of Cersei and Wonder Woman? Because from what I remember, Cersei in the comics, she ain't look like this.
Yeah,
No.
I like this look though.
I mean, I'm a fan of the look.
Yeah, the dragon looks kind of cool.
But I mean, I'm kind of I don't know how, if that's the version they're going to go with in the film, but I was wondering how he's going to tie the Justice League in, and I think he's going to do a slow burn, and I'm kind of digging it, because if they're going to have a Wonder Woman villain and Creature Commandos, that means we're probably going to have a Wonder Woman cameo, and then we're just going to kind of go from there. So I'm kind of interested, but what's really with the way the direction the DCU is taking, and I've been wanting to ask you guys, with the damage Ezra Miller has done to the brand of Barry Allen, James Gunn has a tough decision to make. Do we do what Marvel did with Hank Pym and just jump to Wally West, or does he go for it and recast Barry Allen?
You can just recast Barry Allen at that point.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's that connected to. No, I don't think it's not like he's been running around as the Flash for the last decade. It's something that he's been in three-ish.
I mean, but the reason why I'm kind of wondering about it is because, like, Green Lantern failed with no bad publicity, and they shelved him indefinitely. And this movie failed. And this movie failed because the press tour was a series of felonies committed by Ezra Miller.
I don't think that's why the movie failed.
Oh, real quick.
Well, he's not the only reason. Not the only reason.
Yeah.
This is how I remember. Then this is how I remember Cersei.
Right. Yeah.
That's not too bad neither.
That's how I remember her. But we'll see. Maybe they took that from the New Earth storyline. That picture she was in a New Earth storyline back in the day. So maybe they took that picture from there. I'm not sure.
I mean, piggybacking off what Tyler said way earlier in the episode, talking about reboots, DC's rebooted. Jesus. I've been reading DC Comics for 25 years, and that universe has been rebooted probably more times than I've been reading it. So, I mean, there's probably like 18 versions of Cersei out there. It's almost like almost every 8 years DC was like, this isn't working, reboot it. So, like,
real quick, I do want to say we do have a new follower over on our Twitch channel. John, thank you for being here. Appreciate you following, man.
Awesome. Welcome, man.
But we'll see how that works out. Shaw, what's next on the docket?
All right, since you mentioned Poseidon earlier, let's talk about Percy Jackson, episode 6. Anybody see the episode?
I did.
I didn't.
I didn't.
I did.
So what are your thoughts on the episode?
I mean,
I'm sorry.
You go.
Oh, I would say the pacing with this show is very interesting at times because it'll take its sweet time on moments where I didn't expect it to, and then it'll
Right.
drastically speed up areas where I'm like, well, hold on, maybe we should stay a minute. But no, it's definitely making me. I think I might need to go reread the book. I said this last week, but I think I might need to reread because there's some different takes going on, and I'm like, is that how that happened? So I don't know, but I had fun. The actor who plays Hermes, I think, is enjoyable.
That was Lim. If I'm wrong, I could be wrong. I think that's Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, that's him.
What
Yeah.
what I want to see in Death Battle, you better do it. You better do it. Somebody better do it. I better get my Harry Potter versus Percy Jackson.
Will, you should do it. Let's do it. Come on.
We should do it. Bump that.
Yeah.
We should do it.
We could
Percy Jackson. I mean, to me, Percy Jackson, just because of they're gods, I don't think Harry Potter would stand a chance.
Especially,
but the fight itself would draw huge ratings, though.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the interesting enough is we would be comparing. So this Percy Jackson is supposed to be what, like 12, 13?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My wife, I have not read the books. My wife said it's more accurate to the books where he's in middle school. So yeah, 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so if we were comparing it to 12 or 13-year-old Harry Potter, I think Percy's going to kick Harry's ass. Hands down.
He'll kick his ass. Yeah.
Nothing's going to stop.
He'll whoop his ass. Easy.
I mean,
Harry
even
doesn't
look
have
at
no good
Percy's sidekicks. Like even Goat Boy would beat up Ron Weasley. I mean, like,
be nice to Grover.
I forgot his name. That's why I called him Goat Boy.
Annabelle would kick Hermione's ass too. She's
I think
she's cutthroat.
I mean, I like the show because I haven't read the books, and I like a show that makes me want to read the books. So I'm probably, after I'm done with the show, I'm probably going to go to the library and check the books out and give them a quick read.
Fun.
But it's leaving. It's really weird, and it's good. It's good television because you're watching it, and you think you know what's going on,
but you really don't.
But then these little things happen, and it's like, is this really what's going on though? Because you think you have the plot nailed, and then it's like, holy crap! Like 5 people call this dude his friends. Any one of them can screw him over.
I'm honestly, since you haven't read the books, I'm super genuinely interested when we get to the last episode to see how your take on everything is, Ambrose, because I know what's coming.
I think that personally, I think his first friend from camp, I think he's gonna, and this is like a personal take. I don't know if it's gonna come into fruition, but I think he's gonna be some sort of like wrench in the works, because you don't introduce a character like that and then just kind of leave him at camp. So I think he's going to be kind of there's going to be some sort of problem with him coming up in the show. That's just what I think.
Thank you, Spencer. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, great conversation, man. Thanks. But I think I forgot Hermes' son. What's his name? Luke. Yes. I mean, you don't introduce a character like that and just leave him behind. So I think he's going to show up, and there's going to be some sort of conflict with him. I mean, the show, as far as Disney Plus shows go, I mean, when Disney Plus puts a show out, I go in expecting the worst and hoping for the best. And so far, this show is really good.
Well,
so I'm really enjoying it.
That was my mindset anytime I saw a Nickelodeon original movie. That's when I was like, oh, your Nickelodeon's adapting a book to a movie? Well, that's going to suck.
Right off the rip, just going to suck.
Aragon, Unfortunate Events, Spiderwick, everything.
All right, guys, before we go any further, I do want to switch gears. Pivot a little bit, head over to Diamond, see if she has any video game news for us.
Hold on. So, Ubisoft wants more people to subscribe to their digital service, with Ubisoft's executives saying gamers need to get comfortable with not owning their games for subscriptions to take off.
Hold on, back up. Back up. He said that we have to get comfortable with digital subscription versus owning our own media. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He
Did
said,
Yes.
you
can
cannot
I just
only
ask
does
a quick
own it.
question before anyone else gives a
Yeah.
serious take? Did Bob Iger buy Ubisoft?
Can we use is there like a effect that we can all put on like pirate hats and be like, all right, we're getting the games.
Man.
I'm like,
Jackass.
seriously, like, dudes, we've been comfortable with this. We have like PlayStation Plus and all this, these free games.
Jackass, man.
I mean, with things like that though, it's like now you're saying the quiet part loud. and like you know, his assistant was like, "No, dude, I underlined the parts you're supposed to say loud. You're not supposed to let them know we're ripping you off."
You're not supposed to say this. Come on, man. Damn.
Like,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was just floorboard by that. We've been going through this, what, 10, 15 years? I mean,
Well, wasn't it not just half a year ago that the people with Grand Theft Auto were like, well, we shouldn't sell the game, we should rent it to people.
yeah.
how dare y'all? I was like, I
And-
paid
and-
$60
And you know
twice
what?
for the game.
$5 a minute. Yeah, no.
I've been saying this ever since Netflix came out, and everyone told me I was crazy. And I've been telling people, I say, hold on to your physical copies. Don't get rid of them.
Yep.
Because once you get rid of your physical copies, these companies, they can
They don't care.
They can take it away whenever they want.
They
Isn't
don't
Best Buy
care.
stopping the fact of like selling DVDs?
All physical media, they've gotten rid of stores, or they're in the process of getting rid of.
They're in the process of getting rid of all of them. So you better go to game with any game you want, past, present, or in the future that comes out on a disc or on a cartridge in Nintendo Switch's case. You better go get it.
Time to go to the pawn shops again.
I'm going to the pawn shop, cuz.
Again, I still joke, I get on their pirate tats and be like, all right, here we go.
I'm still mad they took away my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for Xbox 360. I'm still mad.
Like
Yeah.
back in the
God,
day,
it
you
was so
used to
good.
sell cigarettes from Indian reservations out of the trunk of your car. Now we're gonna be selling video games.
Hell yeah.
I
You're gonna be-
was like,
they can be set up-
if you've been to Yakima, that's kind of already what they're probably doing, actually. I mean, they're already selling video games on the res here.
You go to them old strip malls, dudes be out there with video games. Yo, man, look here, I got Streets of Rage for 20.
Yeah, $20? Isn't that supposed to be
This is not the same game as Final Fight. Shut up.
I got Final Fight for, man. I got Final Fight for 10. Look here, dog. I'll hook
I
you
got
up.
Power
got
World
double-
for
Look at
50.
man.
Okay, right
Look
now.
here, man. I'll hook you up. Look at man. I'll hook you up. I got double dribble for $2.
I'll throw in Blades of Steel for an
Look,
extra
going
$3.
Blazing Stay for extra $350. Extra
I was like,
$350.
I got Tomb Raider, the digital one, the one with the box chest and everything.
Look here, bro.
You know what I
Look here,
still
bro.
have on this? The
Look here, I
original.
can get you the PS1 copy of Tomb Raider, and I'll give you the naked code for $6.
Dude, I'm
I have-
telling you, market creates market. And when drugs finally become legal, I'm gonna be driving through Baltimore, and there's gonna be a dude out there like, I got that double dribble.
I got it
I
right
got
here.
that double dribble.
You're gonna have like that trench coat and then just whip it out with everything.
Bro. Bro, be
Will's
like,
gonna be out there looking for his girl in Shadow Raid. He's like, wait, you have it? Hold on, you have Xena?
damn.
I need
Look here,
Xena.
man. Look here, man. Hey, I'm telling you, I got that Pokemon red, blue, and yellow, man. $6.50 a piece. Ready to go. Let's go.
Terry Crews in the longest yard. I got
And the
them
battery,
shits
and the
that make
battery's
you
and the battery's still good in them. You can still save. The battery is still good.
I still have from my 360 days. I have the original Rage, which was like what 3 or 4 discs,
Damn.
and I was like, man, think about it. Later on, if you miss one of those discs, you're like, ah, shit, I can't play the game.
I still got for 360. I still got Star Ocean in my closet. And the thing that made me mad about Star Ocean, you get all the way to the end of the game, and it won't let you save shit. So you have to save the stage beforehand, because when you go against the final stage and the final boss, it won't let you save there.
Yo,
Because of them people out.
I was running into the same problem playing Gotham Knights the other night because I'm in that level with I was in that level. I finally beat it, thank God. Does anyone here play Gotham Knights?
I played like the first couple missions, but I have not.
Bro, I got Gotham Knights on DVD for $230.
But there's a scene where you're battling Clayface, and like he's coming at you in waves, and you have to ride your bike. And every time I'd get to the end, like he'd reach out and swipe me. And it was like, but the thing is, it had no checkpoints.
Oh, I hate that because you gotta go back again.
So like you're at the end, and you're like sitting there, and you're like, I want to beat it. And it's like I tell people if you ever actually want to see a grown man who says boys don't cry, cry.
That's like
mess with his video games.
That's like you playing Pokemon and you can't save before you catch a shiny. That's exactly what that's like. All right, go ahead, Davin. I'm sorry, I got off on the tangent. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Davin. I've been terrible tonight. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so have I. I apologize, guys. I'm not in my element.
Will, Ambrose, go to the corner.
Yo, before Diamond goes any further, I really feel like Tyler is sending us a ransom message.
Hey, Ambrose, don't maybe call Janae.
Yo, but look, Tyler's got like his silhouette. It looks like he's sending ransom. I think Tyler kidnapped Janae. I'm being serious.
Hey, I gave her anime and food. She's in the other room. Okay,
you look like the creative player, and like you look like the creator player in a PlayStation 1 sports game where they can't put the picture on.
Janae will be fine. Janae will be fine. She ain't watching Sailor Moon and Food Wars. She'll be all right.
Yeah, and there's plenty of snacks over there. I left a bunch of like Japanese candies. She's good. The little fizzies, whatever sodas. Yeah, she's got that. She's good.
And a copy of Paul Ward.
Tyler, man, you're not funny that often. You can't be funny when I'm actually trying to take a drink and burn my throat.
Go ahead, Dalvin. I'm sorry.
I killed Ambrose live on air. Oh God. He's still dying over there.
Oh man, you want to talk about we hit it big time then, boys. Podcast host dies in the middle of stream film at 11.
But the views, man, the views.
Yo, I told you I love you guys. I'll do anything to get the ratings up.
Do it for the vine. Do it for the vine.
Yeah.
Do it for the holes.
He died, and it wasn't even anything he loved.
What did he love? He just, I don't know, man.
We started talking about the MCU, and he was like,
he ranted for 20 minutes about Echo and just checked out.
Hey, Janae sent me to set us up in the group chat. If you have Game Pass, it's free. Oh, I got Game Pass. Oh, we finna get this.
I got Game Pass.
Get this going. We finna get this. Yeah.
I'm gonna have me. You gonna play it, Will? Be careful on there. It's super easy to accidentally throw your little POW balls, your POW Pokeballs. I didn't realize how easy it was. I made one. I'm like, oh, did I make it? Oh shit, I lost it. Damn. I was like, no. Now I gotta go find more materials to make a new one. I just threw it. Damn.
Oh
man, it doesn't even stop you. You just hit that right bumper and it just throws it. You're like,
Hey, I came up with a nickname, man. I got a little Pokeball back there, so it's a little quick ball. Me and Janae was talking on chat one time, and that's sort of kind of created Pokemon with her name, called her Janae, and I put it in my little quick ball back there on my nightstand back there, and it's like, we need to come up with another Pokemon name for her from Power World, but we'll see what we can do. But she'll play it. I think Janae will play it. I think she'll play it because you can catch humans in this game.
I had a dream the other day that we were in the Ultimate Marvel universe, and me and Janae were actually friends, and all of you hated us.
That's like a what if.
Yeah, that's definitely a what if episode right there.
Yo, Tyler, I gotta give it to you, man. You're on a roll tonight. Tyler came in on fire.
We love you, Janae. We're just kidding around. We love you. Don't go, Janae. You don't go to Janae up and talking about they hate. No, we not hating. We love Janae.
That's right.
Hey, someone's got to keep me in check. That's why I want her on the show.
Yeah, let her know back there. Go ahead, David. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Rocksteady founders have a new post-Suicide Squad studio called 100 Star Games, which is described as a AAA game studio in London with only 100 industry veterans and emerging talents. So
I love this idea. I love it. I mean, it kind of goes back to the old Squeenix days where the games are going to take forever to come out, but they're going to be good.
Right.
True.
Because development actually took the time to get it right.
They actually care about the fans.
Yeah.
I
They care,
Like,
have,
you know,
I
you
have
wait
one
for that.
joke, though, about that.
they care about what we say. Unlike Vince
I mean,
McMahon. Oop, did
you
I
know,
say
like-
that? I'm sorry.
You say what you will about those little companies, but I'm still playing. The last Deus Ex game came out 6 years ago, and I'm still playing it.
I was gonna say Square Enix. Now, I actually have not actually played this game, so I can't really say that much about it. But I know it didn't do well when it came out. The Marvel Adventures game that Square Enix did. I was like,
Golly, you know, I never got that game. Even when it went on sale
I
for
want
$2,
to.
I never got it.
I want
Was that
one of
the
these
one-
days I'll pick it up.
Was that the one that came out on the Wii U too?
Oh, I don't know.
No,
don't
I
think
have
so.
that game.
Mm-mm.
I've heard it's not
This-
bad now, but I
different
remember it didn't do well when it came out. But I remember the joke because Square Enix dropped a teaser trailer of the Shield like a decade before the game came out, and so people were like, "Oh, that game's gonna be so great!" And they've been working on it for like forever, and then like it comes out, and then like it.
It didn't really
Yeah.
do well.
It's
It
like
really didn't do that well.
it's like I always joke because my wife is a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, and I'm like, I can't wait till we're old and living out our sunset years in the retirement home, and Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out.
Most people don't feel like that, honestly. Since they announced Kingdom Hearts 4, they're like, "Oh snap, can't wait!" Then 10 more years later, I'm like, "I can't wait." Don't be like,
You're sitting there like it's like I can't die yet. Why? I need to see Kingdom Hearts 4 come out.
that's like me waiting for GTA 6. Like, I
Arrow
can't.
just pushing back death. Not yet. Not yet.
Like,
Not yet.
There was a streamer.
You're in Johns Hopkins. It's like this guy's been in stage 5 cancer for 30 years. He won't give up. It's like, what happened? He just wants to see Kingdom Hearts.
There was a streamer a few years ago was joking about how she was like looking at how how long it takes in between they releasing like the Elder Scrolls games,
Mhm.
and she was like looking at all the lands, and she's like, if I do the math correctly, if they come out everything, she goes, I won't live to see the full Elder Scrolls.
Right.
This is how long it'll take. You'll die.
If you look at how long it take them to develop, that's a good point.
Like it's
Go
like
ahead.
it's kind of like, do we have a new Elder Scrolls game? Nah, we just redid Skyrim again.
For the 5th time, and you're just like, "What's this about?" It's like more worlds.
You know what they go? They go, you're gonna buy it. You know you will.
Regardless, it doesn't
You know.
matter. You're gonna buy it.
I'm gonna be riding through Baltimore. Got that Elder Scrolls.
The Elder Scrolls, cuz $350 for Elder Scrolls. There you go.
Like, dang.
Yo, I saw the Loch Ness Monster. He sold me Elder Scrolls for $350.
$350. Hey, go ahead, Diamond. What you got
Oh my
next?
God. So, future Battlefield games aiming for the most realistic destructions effects in the industry, according to a new job ad from VFX director role spotted by Tech4 Gamers, which states that EA-owned developers looking for senior 3D artists like you to help us create the most realistic and exciting destruction effects in the industry.
That could be cool.
Oh man.
I mean, so what are they recruiting people who want to learn how to make video games?
Yeah, basically, it's like a job application out there. They're like, I want you on my team.
I mean, I really honestly
blow up
wish
shit.
that there were more companies like that because not everyone can afford to go to school and not everyone can afford. And I think if video games had a trade school system like that, you'd have much better video games if you can get normal people off the street going to like a trade school to design and code games.
I'd be careful because all of a sudden, for some reason, to me, this feels like a Black Mirror episode of some sort, and that the video game studios are creating this and essentially breeding people to just be in this like awful mentality of
You feel like the video game Matrix, really raising humans just to be video game programs.
they're training these people to crunch time is the normal. Like they're training people to be like, no, you don't understand. Video games, you're 120 hours a week minimum. That's minimum. You just have to.
That's like being
It's like that episode of Community when they're in the Glee Club. The Glee Club is forever. You're never leaving.
Yep.
Isn't there like an anime studio that's like there are a bunch of workers right now cranking out episodes or trying to make perfect episodes? It was for I think it was One Punch Man or something.
It could have been One Punch Man.
I mean, but there are people who do live to do that. Like, look at what Elon Musk did with Twitter, whether you love him or hate him. He took people that wanted to code and wanted to work those hours, and he put them to work. And there are people that are built to do that. And there are people that do want to do it.
Yeah.
So
it's the easiest way to throw away a bunch of money.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, if I had that kind of money, I'd throw it away too. Probably on roulette.
Hold on.
Twitter,
I could fix the world's problems, or watch me torch it. Hold on.
Exactly.
There we go.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's much better than I would do, because I mean, like, I could fix the world's problems or put this money down on 26 Red.
Oh, I was. You're gonna be that video of that when the news host is like, "Oh, you just won the lottery. What are you gonna use that money for?" Hookers and blow.
Damn.
All right. Well.
Well then. All right,
It was the most fun death ever.
I'm glad Cat's not here, because you know what Cat will say. Give me the Red Lantern ring and I'll take care of it all. That's exactly what she'll say. Give me the Red Lantern ring. I'll just take care of it all by myself.
Just give me the Infinity Stones and I'll
Give
do
me the
whatever I
Infinity
want.
Stones. That's all I need.
Hey, there's a Red Lantern kitty cat that's amazing. Okay.
Go ahead, Davin. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at it. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Xbox had a developer direct with a showcase for upcoming games, such as a new look at Obsidian's Avowed that is coming later this year. Also,
Man,
yeah.
I'm proud of Xbox.
And then there's also a new look at Hellblades 2, set to release May 21st. Developers confirmed that this game would be a lot shorter, but keeps much in line with their previous game. It'll be digital only and cost $50 since with Game Pass and everything.
But do you own the game?
You don't own anything.
You don't want anything.
As far
I'm
as
not giving you $50. Like what? Yes, can I give you $50 to borrow that crack?
I've already made the joke. You need to get some pirate hats in here and then go ho the pirate life for me. Okay,
There
that's
you
how
go.
we're going.
There you go. There you go.
If that's what they want to do, that's what we gotta, respond to.
yeah, submit to it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Davin.
Then,
Like, this is the only industry that could do that. Can you imagine going to a restaurant and then being like, you don't own that food?
So you also remember though, you have to pay a charge to get into the restaurant, and then you have to pay another charge if you want a seat.
No. This isn't Disney. It's a normal restaurant.
So still a charge to get in the door. Cover charge. Monthly subscription to the restaurant.
What
Bob
restaurant
Iger's
is
gonna.
this?
I don't have to worry about the booze.
What
Bob Iger's
restaurant
gonna
is
have me
this?
killed.
Do you want the add-ons for the chicken, or do you just want the canned?
be like, do you want the bone or do you want it boneless?
I'm like looking out my window and Kevin Feige and Bob Iger are lining up a sniper rifle.
Hold on, I got to buy the DLC to
They're
eat
like
here?
shaking hands, like, yes, get this
Hold on, I
man.
got to buy the DLC to eat here?
And then we walk over. Did you just eat that? Yeah. I'm sorry, you don't own it, sir. I need that back. Open your mouth. Let's take that right back. All right.
Go ahead, Davin. I'm sorry.
Like that itchy and scratchy cartoon where he's just eating and
I
it
think I
keeps
remember
coming
that
out of his belly.
Oh my
Good.
god.
Go ahead, Davin. I'm sorry.
So there's a first look at the Indiana Jones game being produced by Todd Howard, but it's being made by Machine Games, the people behind Wolfenstein. And
I don't want to own that one.
It's going to be called Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, with Troy
keep that
Baker doing the voice of Indiana Jones, and it looks like it might be the first person with a bit of puzzles.
You can keep that,
But
cuz.
it's going to be more of a linear game.
Is Phoebe
Well,
Waller
we
Bridge
already
going to be in
have
it?
a male Tomb Raider game. It's called
That's all it
Uncharted.
is.
I mean, is
That's
it
all it
just
is.
Uncharted with a dude in a
I mean, I
hat?
know she's not here. But Debbie will play it.
I'll play it too.
No, because it's not voiced by Harrison Ford. She's
Yeah,
just
you need
voiced-
Harrison
That's true.
Debbie would murder
No, they
people.
did
She
buy
might
it.
not play it. She might not play it.
If you
That's true.
bought that for Debbie for Christmas, wait, no, I'm sorry, you can't own it. If you loaned it to Debbie for Christmas, and then she had this game that you loaned her, which I guess that makes it a double loan,
But
She kill you.
You gotta rent it out. Not loan
Gotta
it.
rent it to her.
Like, what
Oh, no,
in the
no,
red
you
box
rent
is
it.
this?
And then you sublet it.
Subrent it. Subrent it.
He said something. Hey, you like a you at the end of
Hey,
the day,
you
all
just came up
are
with
is
an
a big
idea
red
there.
box machine.
Yeah, you just came up with a strategy. Hold on here.
Yo.
We're gonna start charging people. So if Game Pass is, let's say, it's $60 a year, we're gonna start charging people $100 a year. We're taking the money right back, and then we're lenting it right after that.
There you go.
We have
Now you
like
got
a
Debbie.
video
Now
game.
you
We
got,
have it.
now you
You
got
could be
Miss
a giant
Debbie
red
riding
box
through
machine.
Baltimore. Right, Miss Debbie's riding through Baltimore. Someone like got that Indiana Jones. Debbie looks at it, just caps the guy in the head. She's like, "I run these streets now. Don't give me this crap."
You could be a one-man red box machine if you do stuff like that. One man
Or you
red
could be
box.
like, what's it, bring back what's that show? Not Best Buy. What's it called? Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Oh, the Game Crazy?
Yeah.
Hollywood Video Game Crazy?
Yeah. Just like I got an idea.
I
miss
mean,
Hollywood
after
Video.
Dial of Destiny, I am not excited at all.
I
still have
miss
not
Hollywood
watched that, but
Video.
It's not good.
I miss Hollywood Video. I really do. Go ahead, Diamond. Finish up.
But I was about to say, but if you knew that they like did try to get Harrison Ford, they were blowing their entire budget just
Oh,
to get
yeah,
that
that
one
was
person to
gone.
voice him.
Yeah, he's notoriously just
He's
not
expensive and everything.
into it.
That budget is
Can we in
gone.
2024 kind of, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say this, but can we just kind of say fuck Harrison Ford? Can we just say that?
Don't let Debbie hear you say that.
I'm
I
sorry.
mean, no, Debbie would say yes.
There could be two different types. I mean, that's fine. Two different types. It's the same answer word, but you know. No, I'm so tired because like I used to think it was like his like persona, the joke of like being a douchey, but then I realized he's just a douchebag. Oh, I didn't realize.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
For real?
I think he, and I hate to say this because Indiana Jones, we all grew up on it, but I think it would have been better if it was like the American James Bond where he passed the torch and then we had
they
more
were supposed
Indiana
to do
Joneses.
that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Chris
no,
Pratt
but I mean, like,
Dragon Ball
not to Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
No, Chris Pratt was supposed to play him, and then Harrison Ford got pissed off about it and said, "No, the only person who could ever be Indiana Jones has to be Harrison Ford."
I never heard that. I learned
Yeah,
something
I
new
never heard
today.
that. That's my first time hearing that.
I can go find it. Yeah, no, it was right after the first Jurassic World came out that he was.
And
you know,
actually, that kind of works.
yeah, Chris Pratt was on the
It's kind of
side.
like Dragon Ball Z fans because they had plenty of time to pivot off of Goku being the guy and make Gohan the man. But as soon as they did that, here come the Dragon Ball Z fans getting all upset and pissy, and it went right back to Goku. Right back to Goku.
But the thing is also, in all fairness, American audiences have a problem with change. It's kind of like because Die Hard, we could have been on like Die Hard 20 by now.
Yeah.
But like half the people be like, "That's not Bruce Willis," and you'd be like, "No, it's not. He passed the torch like 80 movies ago."
Well,
And they'd be like,
do we need to stay on Christmas, or do we need to move to other holidays?
Exactly.
Go to Hanukkah.
"I'd love to see like a St. Patrick's Day Die Hard where John McClane just gets hammered on a bottle of Jameson and goes ham."
And just let all y'all know Die Hard is a Christmas movie. All right, go ahead, Donna.
Oh, that's all I had.
Okay, cool.
And
Die Hard Easter?
Yes. Every 4 years, you just come out whooping butts.
Yep. Every 4 years. Every 4 years. All right, let's go ahead and pivot back to Shaw for a second. We're talking about Percy Jackson. What else we got up on the docket, Shaw?
All right, so we got a couple of pictures to look at. 5, 6, and 7.
I thought we did this one already.
Yeah, I think we did that one last week.
Did we?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did
All
that
right,
one
cool.
already. We did that
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that one.
I must have forgotten to delete the pictures
You-
last week. Okay, no
You're
problem.
good. You're good.
Why is Meteor Man front and center?
Now that one we didn't do.
Oh, I thought we did do that one.
Oh, we did. We did. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
We did.
we did.
We did. One row. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Mario and Cartman teaming up.
Oh, no.
Like, hey, I can't jump high enough. Give me that mushroom.
Here we go. I don't
Yep,
think
we did
this
that one too, I think, didn't we? Yeah, cause remember, Janae, we didn't know what May was. We were all trying to figure
Oh
out what May
yeah,
was.
that's right. That's right. Let me see about this one here.
Yep.
We did that one. Yeah.
Yep.
We ain't do that one.
Nope, we didn't.
Yo, I got some
Yeah,
umbrage with this because M&M and gummies are candies. They're not toppings.
They can be toppings.
No, they're
We've
candies.
had those for toppings in New York for a while, for like years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never considered them toppings. If you could eat a handful of them out of a bag and like sprinkles, everything, cherries is a fruit, fruits by default are toppings. Everything else here is a topping. These are sold in separate packaging for snack consumption. That is not a topping. That is being a stoner.
On
Have
my
you not
job, we did popcorn day, and when we did popcorn day at the job, guess what was there? M&Ms and gummies.
Mhm.
So you can
Toppings,
have
yeah.
them in different spaces, so to speak.
No, I'm a topping segregationist, and those go away.
But y'all got to pick two.
All right. You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna go chocolate syrup and cherries.
Chocolate chip and M&Ms.
I'll go M&Ms and gummies.
M&Ms and
Cream and cherries.
Yo, Diamond, that's texturally weird, man. You're gonna like crunch, chew, crunch, chew, crunch, chew.
I have done it before. It does not bother me.
Hey, some things just work, man. The same thing, you take a French fry and dip it in a milkshake. Some things just work, man.
Yeah, but it's got to be like a Frosty or McDonald's milkshake.
I got a question. What kind of M&Ms are these? Are they the regular M&Ms?
That is actually a very good question.
M&Ms, or did the toffee M&Ms? But
These
anyway,
are the regulars.
but anyway, if they're just the regulars, give me M&M and an Oreo crumble.
Oreo crumble.
Not bad.
Where's chocolate chip cookie dough? Come on.
That's a flavor, man. Come on, know your ice cream.
You can put cookie dough on top of it, don't you? Have you not gone to Cold Stone? Okay, when they push it all together and mash it.
It's like magic right there. It's like, how do you do
I did want to shout somebody out this episode. I meant to do it last week. I forgot to do it last week. I just want to say real quick, shout out to my favorite streamer, Princess Diana. She did this for your boy. Me and my boy Lucario. You'll see it on my Facebook page. About to update my picture for TikTok with this as well. So shout out to her. She did a fantastic job. She's a Pokemon streamer. She just became a Twitch partner as well as a G Fuel partner. So if you're into Pokemon, you can catch her over on Twitch and TikTok. Princess Diana.
I like it, but it kind of looks like if you were the quarterback for the Saints and the NFL started broadcasting their games in anime. You were like William Morgan.
but I love the picture because like I said, it's my boy Lucario. He's my favorite Pokemon. So awesome.
She did a good job, man. I like that.
Yeah, she did a good job. I'm gonna try to get her to get one more for me. Good. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get her to get one more for me. All right, Shaw, what else we got up?
All right. For anyone interested, there's apparently a Wizards of Waverly Plain reboot in the works with both Selena Gomez and David Henrid. Both.
It was after my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Is Waverly Place is Waverly Place was like Hogwarts is like, yeah, we don't go to Waverly Place.
Did you just say, Tyler, this is after your time?
Like it was after I was watching Disney Channel.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
no, like I remember the show being on, but it was like shortly after I stopped watching. Like,
okay, I'm about to say after your time. Like you 50-something. Like you 50-something
no,
years old.
It wasn't marketed towards me. If had I been like maybe another 4 or 5 years younger,
I got you.
It was marketed towards me.
It was me.
I know nothing about Wizards of Waverly Place. I know it's like I think a family of wizards.
Yes.
Damn.
But that's about it.
About it. Did the upset just happen? Did it just happen?
What?
Oh my goodness. I think it just happened. Go ahead, Shaw.
Something happened.
Nah, don't talk sports, Shaw. Gonna get upset, man. Save for the chat.
Finish up.
We got some Star Wars news, picture number 3.
Okay. Oh, my fault. You said Star Wars picture number 2. There you go.
So, recent rumors suggesting that there's going to be a Star Wars version of What If. What do y'all thoughts on that?
You could take this all kind of different ways down the road.
You know, I really
I'm assuming animated.
like the idea,
Probably.
but
could be fun.
I'm going to hate the idea because so many people are going to complain about it.
There's so many Star Wars fans out there that like be hating and stuff, and toxicity and everything.
I mean, I think it's a great concept, but there are just so many people that are gonna just crap all over it and ruin it. And it also with Star Wars, it depends on who's writing it. To tell you the truth, it really does. It depends on who's directing it. It depends on who's writing it. It depends on, if it's Ryan Johnson, the show's not even going to take off.
I have a proposition for you on this. Now, Marvel has done this with their comic books, not necessarily their shows, but their comic books. A lot of times when they do their Spider-Verse comics, they'll often go find writers that have never written for Marvel before. That could be a cool idea since there is no what if, as far as I'm aware, there's no what if comics or storylines for Star Wars anywhere out there. Maybe go find, let's say you're gonna do 6 episodes of random what if, why not go find 6 random writers who, not just a guy off the street, but a writer who's written other projects that have never written for Star Wars before. That could potentially be interesting.
They literally did that with the sequel trilogy, and it was a disaster.
Well, that's different though. When it comes to movies, that's a big blockbuster situation, and you have also, I feel like that's a different scenario because you have now so many things, movies, shows, everything. Right now, it'd be a lot easier to find somebody that's never written.
I think Star Wars is a thing where they need to shelve it, and I hate to say it, and they need to let the magic kind of just sit there for a minute, and we need to remember it, and they have to put a moratorium on new content because people are just going to do nothing but complain, and we need to go like 3 to 5 years without Star Wars and then release something. Because and I see your face, Tyler, and let me explain. Okay. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And if you keep releasing content, people are going to keep complaining about it. But if there is no content, it will reunite everybody, and everybody will say, hey, how come we haven't gotten any new Star Wars content? And then they can kind of do a soft reboot.
I can actually arguably, I can easily disagree because they did that and that totally didn't work. That's not what happened. How long did it take between after the first original series came out and then the prequel trilogy? Was it like over a decade? A little more than that, and they didn't really put out any real Star Wars content before.
Listen, I will not have you besmirch that series. It was like poetry. It rhymed.
No, wait here. when the prequel series came out, it was a huge, a bunch of fans were upset about it. That's ignited the amount of people.
Well, and I think that 3 to 5 years would give you a vetting process because, let's face it, J.J. Abrams is pretty much a 3D printed copy of a human being. He needs to watch his wife brush her teeth to figure out what to do in the morning. And Ryan Johnson is. What did you say?
You didn't like the Star Trek movies J.J. Abrams did?
No, he didn't. I think he took away the civility between Kirk and Spock. I think he took away a lot of things that made the original Star Trek series good. He took away a lot of the civility. Men don't throw hands at every disagreement, and that's what he did with the Star Trek movie. Kirk and Spock would never fist fight. They disagreed fiercely, but they would never throw hands at each other. So no, I did not like J.J. Abrams' Star Trek.
Okay.
All right, cool. Couple of things we're going to get to very, very quickly. Gina Carano is appearing at a con in Vancouver. She also has a pick from Tekken character reveal pick.
Mm-hmm. That's new version of Eddie Gordo. What are your thoughts?
Comes out Monday, don't it?
Kind of looks like Killmonger from Black Panther.
Yeah, it's
coming out Monday.
It's been having a lot of video games with black characters having that particular hairstyle.
Hey, Dom, doesn't this come out on Monday?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, I think it does.
I just like I see Leroy in the top corner there, and I go, Leroy Jenkins. No.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Leroy,
Damn it, Leroy.
The Leroy collection, baby. The Leroy collections. Yes,
That's
Lord.
probably the reference, probably.
Yes, Lord. Go ahead and finish up. Mark your calendar and set your Tartarus coordinates for May 2024 when Doctor Who returns to our screens. I'm not a Whovian like a lot of y'all are. But what do you guys think about the return?
That's the one thing I can stay silent on because I have never, ever in my life even seen a minute of Doctor Who content.
I'm excited. I mean, it's could be fun. We'll see where it goes. I like the Christmas special, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've read, I know people are a little upset with the specials. I don't know why. I can't weigh in on it. I don't know the history of the show.
They look good with Disney money.
Yeah.
But I know there's a good chunk of the fan base that are not happy with. I don't even know. This is how little I know about the series. I don't even know the writer's name that came back. They didn't. Russell T. Peterson or something like that. Is it?
Davis.
Yeah.
Davis.
Yeah, Russell P. Yeah. A lot of people are saying he lost it. Again, I don't know. That's just what I've been reading.
All right, Shaw, go ahead and finish this up before we roll out for the night, my friend.
All right. We're getting a full trailer for the Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix series on February 20. Well, not February. On this Thursday, the 23rd,
Cool.
8 p.m. EST.
I'm not ready for this. I need a trailer for the trailer.
Damn.
Okay, there will be a after party on YouTube Premium right after.
Wait,
A digital after party.
my brain just broke. Are you throwing a party for a trailer?
Yeah,
Yes.
You're not even throwing a party for the show?
they might.
Later when the show comes out.
This might be a fun way to get Q&A for people who have questions before the show pops out. Maybe, I don't know.
Isn't that what you used to do at conventions? I'm so old. I'm lost.
Well,
What is this?
Coming digital, so there you go.
Like, oh, we released a trailer. Try not to break your arms patting yourself on the back for the commercial you just cut. Like,
All right, you guys. Right, you guys.
I mean, it's been
What
the
was that,
worst.
Shaw? Say that again?
But it's something that's been in the works for like literal years. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the show shows like potential because they got a good casting so far.
I mean, I know it's
Casting
Janae's
is good.
favorite show, and I'm a huge fan of the show. The cartoon. I'm a little bit apprehensive because, like Cowboy Bebop, when the creators walk off the set and say they're done, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
It's really not. But I'm gonna give. I really do. I'm a huge fan of the show. I'm gonna give it a chance.
Same.
But I'm not. I can't really go into it with high expectations if the creators really bailed that fast in the process.
I
Wait,
would
did you
just
hear?
encourage people to try to be hopeful. I mean, I'm not a diehard fan of the show, but like, I feel like we get too caught up with hearing about different things offset and different things behind the scenes that sometimes we go into these productions with a very negative mindset. And the problem with that is that sometimes either discourages us from watching it in general, or B, is simply we go into it and we automatically like, it's awful. And so like, I try to keep an open mind, try to go into it with some fun, get excited, try to remember what made you excited about it in the first place, what love you had for maybe the original source material, like the show and that kind of stuff, and go into it. If it ends up letting you down, it sucks. I'm sorry.
Listen, Padawan, I'll going into this the same way my parents went into their relationship with me. If I go into it with no expectations, I can't be disappointed.
And on that note, let's go ahead and go around the room, see what everyone is doing for we roll out for the night, because your boy got work in the morning. Shaw, what you got coming up this week?
Nothing at all. Just a couple of house errands, and that's it.
Ambrose, what you got going on this week, my friend?
I got a couple of articles I'm working on. The first one is I'm writing about hopefully the lessons that Marvel has learned. I'm rooting for them to pivot and have a better 2024 than they did in 2023. So I'm kind of going to outline what I think they should do. So look for that hopefully on Monday or Tuesday. Then I'm going to have an article ready on... Sorry, I have a lot of assignments this week. I have an article on how Twitch is failing and how the CEO has openly admitted that the website is not profitable. So I'm going to analyze that. And then I'm going to write, the CEO of Twitch openly admitted that the site's not profitable and Amazon is propping it up as a tax write-off. And so that's going to be on the website when I actually get it fleshed out and written. And then the last but not least, Vancouver is having problems because Gina Carano is going to be at a Comic-Con, and apparently that is affecting someone's safety somehow. I don't know. I think they're going to be like getting lunch and she's going to just like walk through the food court and smack a hot dog out of someone's hand or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but they're really scared of Gina Carano. This is what happens when you don't have friends that disagree with you. And that's going to be my third article. So I got a lot going on. Go to geeknewsnow.net, read it, comment. If you disagree with me, I welcome it. If you agree with me, I welcome it even more. So read the work. Yeah.
Tyler, what you got going on this week, my friend?
As people know, I'm job hunting right now, so that's always fun. But other than that, I guess I'm reading in the spare time, reading comic books and getting caught up on some video games.
All right. Diamond, what you got coming up?
I'm working on an article right now of most anticipating animes of this year, and then I'm also trying to plan out a stream for Bully or the Marvel Square Enix game.
Yes, Bully. I forgot about that game.
I just bought it.
I forgot about Bully. I love that game.
All right, you guys. I ain't got nothing going on this week. I'm going to be back and out of back and forth between Duel Links, trying to finish up all the extra stuff from the Scarlet and Violet DLC before I put that down, and then of course Power World. So outside of Power World, which I can't buy until Thursday. So
you'll never buy. You have to have it for free. You have to rent it. But no, it's on Game Pass though for free. You go play right now.
I'm gonna see what it is. I'm gonna see what it is when we get out of here. And then I'm gonna turn in for the night. So I definitely will check that out. All right. If there is nothing else, I want to say thank you for everybody coming through tonight. We do appreciate your patronage. Then we'll see you again next week right here. Same bat time, same bat channel for the Geek Gauntlet podcast. Everyone have a great week and take care. Thank you guys.
Peace.